Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, well, first off, let's start by saying there is a fan going at full power in the background. Apologies for the noise. It is just too hot to turn it off. Literally came down to for filming, didn't have it for like 5 minutes and was suffering quite badly because it's just hot where I currently am, so that's fun. But nevertheless, another thing, we have the diesel rail car, or my diesel rail car, which I don't think has ever been on the channel before. Could be proven wrong on that one, but I don't think it has. So we're not really going to work on it today. We're just going to sort of have a look around it, and I'll introduce you guys to it. Maybe for the first time, maybe for the second time, who knows. But yeah, not a proper video today as to what I would normally do, simply because I just haven't had time in the past couple of days to sort of properly prepare for, a video today or anything like that. So quite simply, there isn't a proper video prepared. But obviously be back to proper videos next week. We'll be, getting into what we're supposed to be doing and, working on engines effectively, as that is sort of the thing we're supposed to be doing. But a little random video, I guess. Anyway, let me get the engine out of this holding on for dear life box. And I say holding on for dear life box because quite simply it is holding on for dear life. It's falling apart and I keep trying to repair it, but it doesn't have much left in it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you can see, I'll show you a bit here, that's a new sort of leaf, I guess, that I put on it. I'm not really sure what the correct name is. I mean, it's got an original one here, but it wasn't strong enough, so I put a bit of paper on and some sellotape. And then I tried to build a new one here, but it just decided not to stay. So I'll have to do some more arts and crafts in a bit to fix that again. But then we have here the polystyrene sort of inserts with the engines in it. Put that one there, and then we got the second one just there. So let me try and get them both on camera somewhat. There you go. So I'll move the camera forward a bit here, so you can see this is the sort of dummy car, the back car effectively, and then this one over here is the powered car, which sort of powers the engine and stuff like that. Now, these should be running more than they do, because currently they just sit in my room and do nothing. If I'm being honest, that is what they do, and that's their sort of job description for the minute. But I want to get them out again, I want to run them again. However, they have a minor issue with them, which, this is going to sound drastic and really concerning. It's not as bad as it sounds, but they like to attempt to catch things on fire. Now, they don't ever succeed at that, but they do spark a lot, which is not good from an engine. Like a little bit of sparking should be noted, should be dealt with, as soon as possible, but isn't too bad. These ones decide that every wheel turn needs to have a fireworks show, which isn't good, and they're not supposed to do that. So obviously they need a bit of work, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, bit of work to them, and hopefully they should run properly. Let's see if we can get them out here. I'm not going to put them on the track because I just can't be bothered, quite honestly. But there's the back coach, and here is the front one, and as you'll see, they're both attached with a flathead screw that goes straight through the body and holds them on. And in there you can see possibly the motor be in there, just attached to the wheel there. That's what the other side looks like. And so this one would pull, this one would push. Now, oh dear, this has gone quite well. If I can remember correctly which one it is, and that is going to be quite a hard task, but I think it's this one. I'll show you it here. So the A7 you can see there, one of them lights up, one of them doesn't. And I'll explain that now. One of them has a working bulb in it, one of them doesn't have a bulb at all because the bulb broke and got taken out of it. So yeah, we need to put a bulb in the other one. So I guess that's why this is here. Didn't even mean for that to happen, but I remembered it needs work. So yeah, I guess this channel gains a DMU, diesel multiple unit, as a project. So we need a light bulb for it, and we need to make it run consistently and nicely. So I don't expect this to return anytime soon. It's a long way off before it happens, but yeah, I'll keep it in mind that this is for this channel. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice thing. I quite like it because, you know, all of my other engines are flying Scotsmans, P2s, Mallard, Sunnoto Gresley. Like, I'm talking a lot of big engines. I forgot about my Silver Foxes, which I'm looking at currently, which are just off camera in a box. Not the box that they should be in, but just a storage box. They're safely put in there. They're not going to get damaged. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of mainline engines. It's just a thing that I have. You know, I have a couple of tank engines as well. I have a Parcel Express engine, which you guys may have seen on the channel before. In fact, I'm pretty sure you saw it not too long ago. But yeah, so I have a large collection of engines. And so when it came to, you know, mainline versus sort of branch line, it was very much dominated by, I have a majority of mainline engines. The A4s, the A1/A3, P2, you know, all of these large engines. And then, yeah, I have a couple of smaller ones for passenger services, like my 2 tank engines, which, actually, sorry, 3 tank engines. I forgot I bought a new one recently. But yeah, I mean, they're good for passenger services, and you know, it's good to have a sort of variety of things. But this is such a good thing because it's a more modern thing than sort of my steam engines, and it's 2 coaches, which means it can easily go on branch lines. I mean, a pacer would be amazing. Possibly a future project is getting a pacer. But, I mean, it's just nice to have a sort of variety of, you know, this is a branch line locomotive, or, you know, DMU. And I've got some branch line steam. Technically, they could also be pilot engines. And then I've got sort of the mainline engines in the A4s, and the A1/A3, the P2, and potentially some more coming into the future. Oh, also forgot my 9F. Yeah. Basically, I focus on mainline engines. It's good to have a variety. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I have it. I mean, it's not exactly why I have it, but it's one of the reasons I have it. The main reason is because it was cheap, and I knew the person who was selling it, who quite a few other of my engines, like Claude Hamilton, which I forgot to mention. I have so many I forget them at some points. But yeah, I mean, Claude Hamilton came from the same owner, Sunnoto Grizzly came from the same owner as these did. I believe both of my original tank engines, my Caledonian and my LNYR, both came from the original owner of this engine as well. If you can't tell, quite a few of my engines are from this original owner of this engine. And yeah, I mean, I still know the guy and he's quite nice. And yeah, sells me working engines, so that's good, because it means, you know, I don't have to put as much time or effort in, because most of them are working. Now I want to say quickly, this engine was working when I got it. It's just, it depends where you run it, as to how it takes to the track, but generally it does run. it just doesn't like certain modern track much, which is understandable, to be fair, because it is an older Hornby Railways model. So it's, I don't know, maybe 20 years old. So yeah, it needs a little bit of looking at anyway. So nothing out of the ordinary that I wouldn't expect from an engine of its sort of age. But yeah, it's a nice engine. Might see it again on the channel, hopefully running in the next running video, which, spoiler alert now, I plan to be next week. Not quite sure where I'm going to film it, whether it's going to be Sunday, tomorrow, or Tuesday. Yes, I'm aware tomorrow is Thursday. I'm planning on going over because I need to tidy some things up at the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum, so I might film a couple of engines there. Probably quite unlikely, but most likely it'll be next Tuesday that I film, so that'll be good. But anyway, that is it for this video. Be back next week with a running session. That is definitely the plan at the minute, unless I magically buy and receive a coach or an engine in that time. Don't see that happening, but with me, nothing's impossible. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications when you do subscribe. And I'll see you all next week. Bye for now. Bye.